Still sitting on them, huh? Any day now. Hey, Patriots. I want to explain something. And this is on me, because I went wishy-washy a couple times on you now. But I think I'm finally at the bottom of this. And I'll take that hit with you, because I went wishy-washy. I've been holding some intelligence because it wasn't making sense. And so I just went along to go along to get along. But inside of me, it wasn't making sense. You have a real man on this earth that is JFK Jr.'s son. And they took his identity. And they kept him contained where no one knew this on this earth. They took his identity and they replaced him with someone else that we saw publicly on television as the JFK character. And it is a character. But here's where I kept going wishy-washy on you. Things weren't making sense. If you know the real story of David Quigley's identity being stolen, he says that the Kennedys and the Onassises did this. And they killed his entire family. And his sister was really Martha Moxley, who was killed. And the sister that we see now, Caroline, is not a Kennedy either. If you listen to this guy that we saw that is alive, we find out, not died in a plane crash, this guy that stole his identity that we saw as the JFK until 1999, if you listen to him, the Onassises protected the Kennedys. If you listen to the real DNA bloodline son of Kennedy, the Onassises killed his family and even killed their own. So someone was lying, and this is why I was going wishy-washy on you. The real JFK Jr. is who I believe, which is David Quigley. Because I haven't been allowed to come in contact with General Flynn, even though he lives 20 minutes from me. Someone has been separating me from him, and that's a whole nother story that I couldn't figure out. And it really disturbed me the other day when I texted him, and it's his phone number, and I called the FBI. Because he's got me in what I believe technology bondage. Well, he also said, no, it was not him, and I know it's his phone number. I know I have his phone number, and I know who General Flynn is, and his phone number is stored in my phone. And he said no. Well, that's the same pattern they did with Donald Trump and me. I wasn't allowed to come in contact with Trump. Someone in the military that I don't know is not letting me come in contact with George Onassis, who played that old JFK, or Mike Flynn, or the Flynn family. And there is a pattern, because I wasn't allowed to come in contact with Trump. And someone's preventing me from coming in contact with Flynn. And someone is lying, either David Quigley or George Onassis, about the true history of this Kennedy Onassis clan. And I believe the real DNA David Quigley in this story. I do not think for a minute that the Onassises were protecting his family. His whole family's murdered. He's the only one left. And thank God he is left. I think George Onassis cut a deal. And I think what I've heard behind the scenes about him is probably true. And I think he lied about this protection of the Kennedy family. Because the whole Kennedy family is dead except for the real David Quigley JFK. And I wasn't allowed to come in contact with Flynn and take a picture with him, just like Trump. Someone behind the scenes has been protecting me. And it is not Flynn, and it is not Onassis. They don't play for the same team. I do not believe. And this is why I was wishy-washy, and I'll take the hit. I know you're not happy with me going wishy-washy on this. But I had to figure it out. Someone is lying. And if you listen to David Quigley, the real JFK, his whole family was murdered by the Onassises. If you listen to this George Onassis, who played and stole the identity of the real JFK, he claims his family protected him. But yet I'm not allowed to come in contact with Flynn, and Onassis and Flynn are working together. Just like I wasn't allowed to take a picture and come in contact with Trump. That's how I figured it out. So I apologize to every patriot out there if I went wishy-washy and you're going, what is wrong with Tesla today? It has been wrong for the last couple months. They've been hiding intel. They also cut me out of going to the Antarctic, and they went down and cut a deal and said, hey, we found her. So they did all this behind my back. Those actions aren't very good, are they? And when you look at a pattern and you know someone's keeping you from Flynn, just like Trump, and you know they're deep state, and you know someone's lying about the Kennedy-Onassis history, and I wholeheartedly believe David Quigley. His family is gone, and this guy stole his identity. They're deep state. No one would let me come in contact with them. They cut deals, that's all.